Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your national television ORTM1. This is the time of your English program of every Saturday and Sunday. First, the main headlines. Closing on May 31st at the International Center of Bamako of the campaign to popularize the draft constitution under the chairmanship of the head of government, Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga. From the meeting, we learned that this popularization campaign was a success. Members of the NSUP English Club have organized the 5th edition of their Cultural Day. This year, their topic focused on the significance of the English clubs in enhancing learners' learning process and personal data. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mali News. The Black Tamsir met the head of government, Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga. During the meeting, they declared their commitment to support the authorities of the transition. The head of government, Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga, asked his host to maintain this momentum. Report Alfsen Touré, translated by Angèle Dambele.
The Keltamashek community claims over 4-5 million members. However, it said suffering from a lack of attention and interest, which does not prevent it from being a committed actor in the development of the country. You are full citizens of this country like all citizens belonging to other communities, the Prime Minister said, emphasizing the deep ties that unite all Malian communities. He also asked Vice Vice to invest deeply in the appropriation of the reforms in progress. A certificate and a document containing the suggestions were given to the Prime Minister during their meeting in Gao, a fact to encourage him.
The group of patriots of Mali met this week with the Prime Minister Shokel Kokala Maiga. The GPM is an organization that has been campaigning since 2016 for the revitalization of cooperation between Mali and Russia. Alfsen Touré report translated by Gassou Diarra.
In 2016, the groups of patriots of Mali were born from convergence. Many Malians suppose that it was necessary to strengthen the cooperation between Russia and Mali. To achieve this, GPM met many Malian and Russian authorities. 8 million of Malians from inside to outside agree with this cooperation. The groups of patriots of Mali would like to make this Russian cooperation with Mali positive. In fact, some power had rejected this Russian cooperation. Now we fight ourselves to achieve this cooperation between Russia and Mali. To achieve this cooperation is very important for our country. The military cooperation between Russia and Mali is something important for our people. This Russian military cooperation with Mali will be an opportunity for Mali to fight terrorism. In addition, the Russian government gives scholarships to Malian students in order that they can study in Russia. Many cooperations have been signed by Mali with Russia. We are proud of Russian cooperation with Mali. Russian house has been built in Mali. Prime Minister Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga encourages the courage and the patriotism of these Malians. He incites them to support the transition so that Malian authorities' efforts may be a success. You want the defense and Malian security. Prime Minister Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga was extremely excited.
The bill ratifying the suggestion made by the authority to support the victims of the crisis in Mali, as well as the modification of the instruction creating the National Road Safety Agency (ANASER), have been accepted by CNT members. It was this week during a plenary session. Report Bakary Bablé Touré, translated by Drissaka Dambele for English Time.
Nothing to prevent the creation of the authority to manage reparations for crisis victims in Mali. The main people concerned can already find relief. CNT members gave their discharge with 134 votes in favor, 1 against, and 0 abstention. The project is taken and defended by the Minister in charge of Reconciliation. The law project to amend the ordinance establishing the National Road Safety Agency, ANAZER, was voted by the 137 members of CNT. The Minister in charge of Transport motivates the adoption of this project. According to the committee in charge of the project, this is to clarify the role and intervention of ANAZER.
At CNT debate on bills, creation of a parliamentary network and communication. Regarding the first point, 6 bills have been submitted to the vote. Report Nyanya Alutraoure and Drissa Kadamile for English Time.
CNT plenary session. After a minute of silence in memory of our valiant fallen soldiers, the examination and voting of law project took place. Started with the ratification of the ordinance of financing agreement for Bamako Urban Resilient Project, a two-tranche loans of more than 150 billion francs CFA that the International Development Association will grant to the government of Mali. The project was voted by debatees after clarifications about some aspects issued by CNT members. The Department of Entrepreneurship is the holder of the second project of more than 25 billion francs CFA to eligible loans between Malian government and the International Development Fund for the second professional training project, insertion and support for rural youth entrepreneurship, FAIR 2. After the success of the first phase, FAIR 2 will focus on market opportunities. The project was voted by 135 in favor, 0 against, and 1 abstention. A satisfaction of the minister.
Closing on May 31st, 2023 of the campaign to popularize the draft constitution under the chairmanship of the head of government, Dr. Shokel Kokala Maiga. From this meeting, we learned that the popularization campaign was a success. According to the organizers, it involved all the target people. Follow the Prime Minister on the microphone of Alsen Tourgue. His remarks are translated by Angèle Damele.
It is a great pleasure for me, ladies and gentlemen, to note that the program actions were timed to declare the rebirth for a state wished by Malians during the national meetings. This exchange with the social and political forces of our country, instructed by the head of state, transition President Colonel Assimi Goïta, was masterful thanks to the commitments of all, each one to support the reconstruction projects. It is therefore very pleasant for me to express my sincere thanks to all Malians for their participation in the various activities to popularize the draft constitution in the region as well as in Bamako and in the areas where Malians live. Allow me to thank one more the members of the steering committee for the popularization of the draft constitution work from which our people inside and those outside have so seriously benefited. At these exceptional times, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to testify to the remarkable commitment of women and young people in the process of implementing the constitution.
Resumption of the Artistic and Cultural Biennale of Mali. It is the region of Mopti which hosts the event from July 6th to 16th. Journalists were informed about the content of this edition of the Mopti 2023 Biennale during this press briefing. Alpha Maiga's report, translated by Gassou Diarra.
In front of the press, it has been said that artistic and cultural biennial in this year 2023 will take place in Mopti. It will be an opportunity for Malians to talk about political transition. Mali knew many problems in this last time. This artistic and cultural biennial will talk about it. Biennial has always been an inclusive event for Malians young people. In the mother tongue, Mopti means the unity. Then, Mopti will be the expression of culture according to the Minister of Arts and Culture, Sir Andegoli. In fact, artistic and culture biennial, which takes place in Mopti, will be a security challenge. His Excellency Assimi Goïta will take part in the launching ceremony July 6, 2023, and also he will take part in the closing ceremony. This is an opportunity for Malians, young people, to meet each other in order to show ancestral values. Amadou Ampateba said in 1985, the diversity of men, cultures, and civilizations make the world beautiful and rich. The theme is about Mali is a common history, and Mali is the same nation, and we will get the same destiny. All Malians will take part in this big event. The competition will be based on music, dance, theater, musical traditional instruments, and song. All Malian young people will take part in this national competition.
Opening this week at the International Conference Center of Bamako of the week of the 18th ordinary session of the Central Council of the National Union of Workers of Mali, UNTM. The framework gave the opportunity to delegates from all the regions and Bamako to take stock of activities since the holding of the 17th session. The Secretary General of the UNTM invited the workers of Mali to vote for the draft constitution. Report Mamari Kone and Gasu Jara for English Time.
This 18th ordinary session of National Trade Union of Malian Workers is an opportunity to show the results that have been achieved. In fact, they talked about many obligations. Among these obligations, some important recommendations have been proposed in order to keep on following trade union actions. This meeting took place at that difficult moment for our country. The challenges don't miss. To Sir Yakuba Katile, we have to overcome. For this reason, many positive actions should be undertaken in order to improve the conditions of working of workers in the cities or villages. Mali is one of the biggest producers of gold in Africa. Mali has many important mining resources. In this case, we have to use these resources so as to change our conditions of living. National Trade Union and its partners did many important things and took part in many events. They fight themselves to get a bright destiny. Again, to Yakuba Katile, we have to enforce this new constitution. In fact, with this new constitution, Mali is on ways to change. It incites every worker to vote yes.
On the occasion of the 48 years of ECOWAS in the life of our nation, a cultural evening dinner was organized this week in Bamako. It was around the theme in the perspective of a shared prosperity. Several personalities took part in this ceremony. Drisaka Damile does a commentary.
48 years in the life of a man, especially a nation, is celebrated. The community of West African states, ECOWAS, respects a tradition here. On this occasion, a dinner party ran the theme in the perspective of shared prosperity, a great way to develop West Africa. This 48th anniversary is an opportunity to establish the balance sheet of a common work. During this celebration, it was affirmed that for Mali, African integration is sacred. A pioneer of Pan-Africanism and a founding member of ECOWAS, our country remains an active member of West African organization. It will always continue to play its leading role in achieving shared prosperity. Some musical combination plunged the audience into a distant past.
Now let's talk about the plenary session at the High Council of Communities. National councillors were invited to give their opinion on the text of law sent by the government. All 4 draft texts benefited from the endorsement of the national advisor present. Report Modibo Mariko, translated by Gatsujara.
The councillors of local departments enforce this new project of law which concerns the energetic policy of Mali. In 2016, the energetic policy has been proposed. Until now, this energetic policy is not achieved. To explain this, electricity rates is weak. 54% in the towns against 24% in the villages. It's extremely important to finance energy projects so as to be independent. We need to get good energy so as to have a sustainable development in our country. Our development depends on good energy. Mali must use renewable energies and bioenergy. For this, Mali sets up an agency of renewable energies and bioenergy. This agency has ability to develop energetic sector and creates a sustainable development. In this case, we have to finance this agency in order to develop energetic sector and create a sustainable development. After that, another project of law has been voted to reduce poverty in our country. This project will be an opportunity to reduce poverty in 200 communes in Mali.
Members of the NSUP English Club have organized the 5th edition of the Cultural Day. This year, the topic focused on the significance of the English clubs in enhancing learners' learning process and personal development. Teachers of English, NSUP English Department representative, members of other English club took part in the event. Report Angèle Damele.
If cultural meeting is the basis for living together, well, the members of English clubs in Mali have surely understood it. This is why they have organized yearly cultural days to discuss social problems and at the same time suggest solutions. This time, in the amphitheater of Yensup took place the 5th edition of Yensup English Club Cultural Day. Yensup English Club's members see a bright future with a particular focus on English language learning, they said.
The particularity of this club is that it is blessed with teachers, students from NSUP who build the learners' capacities and then provide to them a good environment for learning. And in the same spirit, we have organized this event in order to increase our visibility and ask to more people to come in and join English, as English is a global language today in the world. Without English, you can travel anywhere. So this cultural day, we have initiated it in order to help everybody to see how important English is. And as the topic says, the importance of English club in the process of learning and personal development.
A major event declared the chairwoman of Mali English Club Council.
Today is the 5th Cultural Day of Yensup English Club. So as you may see the involvement of all the English clubs, and also the theme that was the importance of English club on the learners. So the lecturers had deeply go through the importance of English clubs. So English club really, currently we have 20 English clubs in Mali. First, it was not the case, but the aim was to improve English learners, especially students, And today we can see that there is not only students who are learning English club, we have professionals, we have pupils, we have everybody that is getting to English club. And English club or community also is totally, I can say a family, because we find a family there, we find sisters, we find brothers, we support each other. In the English club, there's no matter of making mistakes. We come and improve ourselves. There's no teachers. We are all friends. We are all teachers. We are all learners also. We teach each other. We encourage each other. We improve so many activities to each other. I mean.
The godfather of the event, also the head at the NSUP English department, said that the talents of these learners greatly honor the teaching of our country.
I'm just humbled. I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm overwhelmed by happiness. I'm so delighted to see youngsters, speaking English very well this way, and they think that it is our product, meaning the product of Malian education. That makes me really, really proud of the job that we're doing every day. I want to thank all the participants. I want to thank you guys for every time being present when we need you, to sometimes bring to light this kind of very important activities in education.
This cultural meeting was a field of giving and receiving with a very rich program.
Sport football. Pencherebugu's team won the 5th edition of Modibo Bemakonarese Friendly Cup by beating Jarabuku in the final 1-0. Through this tournament, the main initiator intend to promote sport and strengthen social cohesion in the locality of Nonsomuku. Let's follow the report of Mohamed Namaketa with the voice of Salif Jakte.
For the final of the 5th edition of Modibo Bemba Konarese Friendship Cup, Pencherebugu's team is making face to Jarabugu's one. For the occasion, Nonzombugu's stadium is full of crowds. Front of the godfather of the tournament, both teams played well, but there is no goal during the first half. In the second one, Marie Jara permit to the Reds of Pencherebugu to win the game by scoring the one and only goal.
Every year we try to innovate it. Yes. Yeah, this year we try to introduce all the commune of Kolokani, and the first object of this competition is to try to make everybody together. When you are together, you can do everything. This is why I will never forget one phrase of Nelson Mandela. He said one day, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. Yeah, this is why I try to make everybody together and make this competition in reference in this country. Yeah.
At the end of the game, the best player and the top scorer were all awarded. As well as the winning team is concerned, it wins the trophy plus 250,000 CFA. At the same time, 150,000 CFA is given to Jarabugu's team for its second place, whereas fair play prize was given to Choribugu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of Mali News, but stay with us for lesson of the week. This lesson is prepared by our teacher, Amadou Balde. Follow.
Hello everybody, welcome in your English class. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier un verbe spécial en anglais que l'on appelle les verbes modaux, verbes défectifs. Avant de parler de leurs particularités et de leur utilisation, j'aimerais vous rappeler que le verbe modaux exprime la possibilité, la probabilité, le nécessaire, le souhait, etc. Parlons de la particularité de ces verbes modaux. Mais avant cela, parlons d'abord des verbes modaux. En anglais, il y a 9 verbes modaux. Il y a can, il y a could, il y a may, il y a might, il y a must, il y a would, should, shall et will. Ces verbes-là ont des particularités. C'est 9 verbes modaux. Ces verbes modaux ne sont jamais précédés de to. On ne dira jamais to can, to will, to shall. Ça ne se dit pas en anglais. Les verbes modaux ne prennent pas aussi S à la troisième personne du singulier comme tous les autres verbes en anglais au présent de l'indicatif. On ne verra jamais she wills avec S or he cans. Les verbes modaux sont toujours suivis de la base verbale. Ça veut dire quoi? Qu'on ne met pas I can to go. Non, c'est I can go. La base verbale sans le signe de l'infinitif. She may come. He shall eat. Les verbes modaux nous permettent aussi de parler de capacité intellectuelle, capacité physique, mais aussi de capacité matérielle. Comme dans l'exemple, Ina can swim. Ina can swim, Ina sait nager. Dans cet exemple précis, nous parlons de capacité. Ina can swim. Pour parler de capacité intellectuelle, nous avons comme exemple, for instance, the farmers can sing the national anthem. The farmers can sing the national anthem. Ça veut dire que nos militaires, les farmers, savent chanter l'hymne national. Gina could afford his car. Gina could afford his car. Ça veut dire que Gina a la capacité d'acheter cette voiture. Là, nous parlons de capacité matérielle. Le verbe mode aussi nous permet de parler de l'obligation, mais aussi de l'interdiction. Comme dans la phrase she must leave now. Elle doit quitter maintenant, il faut qu'elle parte. She must leave now. Or, you must not smoke here. Tu ne peux pas fumer ici. You must not smoke here. Ce sont des verbes aussi qui s'utilisent pour faire des requêtes polies. Comme would, comme could, comme may. Supposons que vous vous trouvez dans un restaurant chic à New York, à Manhattan, et après vous êtes installé, il y a le waiter ou the waitress qui viendra vous servir. Et les expressions que vous entendrez en général sont « Excuse me, may I help you? » Or « Would you like something to eat? » Or « Could I get you your notes? » Après que vous avez fini de manger. Would you like something to eat? Est-ce que vous voulez quelque chose à manger? May I get you something? Est-ce que je peux faire quelque chose pour toi? Est-ce que je peux t'aider? Yes, you may. Ça parle de la permission aussi et de l'autorisation. May I use your telephone, par exemple? Yeah, you may use my telephone. Donc, ça donne la permission aussi. C'est des verbes qui nous permettent aussi de faire des suggestions, comme dans l'exemple, you should stop smoking. Tu dois cesser de fumer. You should stop smoking. Don't smoke, it's not good. Or, one should always tell the truth. One should always tell the truth. Nous devons toujours dire la vérité. Nous pouvons aussi faire des propositions avec les verbes modaux ou des offres d'air. Mais cette fois-ci, nous allons utiliser shall. Et ce sera suivi du pronom I ou we. Comme shall I set the table for you? Est-ce que je peux faire la table pour toi? Shall I set the table for you? Or shall we tell them the truth? Devrons-nous leur dire la vérité? Les verbes modaux nous permettent aussi d'aider d'autres verbes dans leur construction. C'est pourquoi on appelle les verbes modaux des verbes auxiliaires helping verbs. Helping verbs, ça veut dire des verbes qui aident d'autres verbes. Comme dans l'exemple, I can sing very well. Je chante très bien. Or, you can dance very well. Tu sais très bien chanter. Or, tu sais très bien danser. Les verbes modaux font leur interrogation et leur négation comme les autres verbes auxiliaires. Ça veut dire que si je prends I can, à la forme interrogative, j'aurai can I, et I cannot à la forme négative. He will he wants. Want est la contraction de will not. You shall you? You shan't. Shan't est la contraction de shall not. Les verbes modaux sont très importants une fois que vous êtes dans un pays anglophone, que ce soit au Libéria, au Ghana, en Angleterre ou même aux États-Unis. que vous soyez dans la rue, dans le restaurant, à l'aéroport ou même en famille de la personne qui vous accueille, vous aurez toujours des expressions comme « May I help you? Could I get to know you better? Est-ce que je peux mieux te connaître? May I use your telephone? Excuse me, could you show me the way to the restaurant? Est-ce que vous pouvez me montrer le chemin du restaurant? So the verb modal, must, know. You have got to learn le verbe modal. A must know. Merci d'avoir été avec nous tout le long du cours. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks for watching us. We'll be together next Saturday and Sunday, same time, same channel, ORTM1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.